A number of you have probably been wondering why I've kept up these leveling sides, because the underside of the bench is definitely flat now, so I could have taken them off. However, I have one last step that I need to do before I flip the bench over. So you can see that I have my leveling jig back up on top of the rails, and what I'm going to be doing now is I need to make a tenon right on the end of the bench, because I won't be able to do that once I flip it back upside down. So what I'm doing is I'm going in about an inch and I'm going down about an inch. And when the bench is flattened out on the top, then I'll be able to do the same thing there, and I'll create a tenon on the end, and then I'll be putting some black walnut on the ends there. So let's see how this works. It's the same process as I've done before. What I ended up doing is I cut two boards the exact same length, and they are resting up against the legs, so they're acting as a positive stop. So when I hit those, I know that I've gone exactly the same distance in from each leg, which therefore means this should be perfectly perpendicular to the sides, meaning I've got a nice straight cut. By the way, I'm using a spiral bit for this. I needed the extra length because by using this jig, it's already up about 3/4 of an inch, so I needed to have some extra depth. And here's the final result. I had a little bit of chip out here. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to handle that. The last thing that I will need to do is to do a little chamfer right along the top edge here. It'll be very, very small, but I don't want to have chip out there eventually. So I'll just do a very, very small chamfer. Now on to the other side. To prevent chip out, this time what I've done is I've put in a block. I just inserted it right in there, and that's going to mean that when I have my router bit right to about there, it'll have something to go against and won't allow the chip out. So I did the exact same thing on this side. I put this block in, and you can see that it hits flush up against the wood. I used the router with the chamfer bit, and I didn't have much exposed, and I ran that along the edge. I taped 2 little pieces of scrap wood to extend the top there so that the bearing would have something to roll against, so I wouldn't have kind of a round over there. You can see how that worked, and I ended up with a very nice crisp corner right there. So I'm very pleased with the way that looks, and I am now ready to turn my bench upside right for the first time.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.